Welcome back to Nostalgic Overload Podcast, a podcast dedicated to everything 90s, 2000s, to anything that we really feel like talking about. I am your host, Weston. This is my co-host, Andrew, with our co-host, the Witch Doctor. Or what's his name again? Zaniac? Yeah. I just call him the Witch Doctor for some reason.
Because he looks like a witch doctor.
He looks like a witch doctor. We would like to say thank you to everybody who supports this channel. It is highly appreciated. And also support local, as Andrew's wearing right now. Yeah. Evansville Toys and Games.
Shirt.
I wish I would known I would have wore my shirt too.
It's gotta be authentic. You can't plan that kind of stuff.
Next time, bold be blue. And also support High Score Saloon and Player 2 if you're in the Evansville area or if you're close to the Evansville area. But also support any place around you that is local, whether it would be a grocery store or like a toy store, wherever. Cause
mom and pop shop.
Yeah, they're definitely
local restaurants. Quit hitting them chains. Go somewhere local.
I mean, I like some of these chains, but yeah, let's support local food trucks, all that great stuff. So we would like to say, I feel like every time we have an episode now, there's always somebody awesome that's passing away. So Kiss just recently lost Ace Frehley, which as a kid, like I was a huge Kiss fan, as you guys have saw on the other episode with my Halloween costume. But then also rest in peace to Sam Rivers from Limp Bizkit. So it's crazy to think that I just saw them and I saw him, and like not like weird or anything, but like we made like eye contact while I was at the show, so I took this picture, and like I have to say his energy was unlike any other, almost like Ace, like there were just two people in a band that just brought lots of life. Sam, from what Fred said, kind of like helped to like found Limp Bizkit and kind of like was the anchor core of like how it all began, and like how he like found Sam and all this different stuff. And it's just crazy to think that was like this year and he's already passed away. But rest in peace to both of them. And
rock on.
Yeah, I mean, Ace brought that thing where like he would open that trap door in his guitar and he'd have the smoke and he'd be playing, and it was just so awesome. So they both brought an energy unlike any other to each of their bands. So rest in peace to both of them and rock on. So our first topic up is going to be something that's already happened, but it's the fall festival, because right now it's kind of like in that fall time or after Halloween.
That's how you know fall is here, because it's the fall festival comes in and then it's like all that cold weather creeps in.
Which the fall festival week, it actually wasn't that bad on the weather, and it's kind of hit and miss. It can be super cold, super rainy, or
Southern Indiana weather, baby.
It's super hot, possibly sometimes.
Everything in one.
It was awesome.
Is this an actual picture of Evansville Fall
this
Festival?
Is an actual picture, which is, I mean, the sunset. Like, I love pictures with, like, sunset. I just love the whole picture that they did here. But the fall festival for us in Evansville is, what is it, the number one or number two street festival in the U.S., right? So it's just crazy to think that our little town has this crazy festival with rides, tons of food you don't need to be eating, but is really good. And you support by buying the food, like the schools on the west side and other stuff that they donate to. And
they're it's a non-profit food booth. So I mean, they donate most of everything they make.
Yeah, and they make a ton, and they have the half pot now, so they do like a.
And they open that half pot online to where you could buy tickets for the half pot online all across Indiana. So you didn't even have to be from Evansville to buy half pot tickets.
That's crazy because the half pot's only been going for like maybe 4 or 5 years. I think, is it the fall festival this last year, like the 105th? Is that right? 105th?
I believe so.
So, I mean, there's only been a couple of years that it's been going for the half pot thing.
Yeah, but I think it's probably been going for about 5 years.
The one thing about the fall festival, and
don't quote me, I might be wrong.
Like as an adult, it's like fun, right? You know, I have kids, so it's cool to see them go. But it is stressful, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is.
It's nicknamed, I mean, it's called the Fall Festival, but I've also heard it called, like, Jimtown Disneyland. Because, I mean, some people are just terrible, and then they make things that are fun not fun.
Yeah.
And so don't be that person.
But it is amazing to go and spend time with your friends. You remember in, like, high school or, like... When you were a kid, your parents would take you, and it was like all about going down there with all your friends and going to like hang out and walk around. You'd be there sometimes
all night,
all day.
Yeah.
If you were, like just hang out with your friends and just, it's a good time. Like there is some not so great stuff that goes on there sometimes at different times of the day, but I think overall, our cops in Evansville do a really awesome job at like making sure that everything's, you feel like safe. Like they put up this year the little barricades on the road so you can't just like drive into the festival. So they're like doing things to like ensure that you feel like you're safe. And we actually bought the bracelets because the tickets are a little expensive.
Yeah.
And you have to spend a lot of tickets for one ride. And one of the rides we rode, and I don't have this in here, but it used to be called the Gravitron. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Where you would go around in circles and you'd go up the walls.
Yeah. You see people stand up in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you're psycho.
Well, the dude that's running the ride, he's just having a great time, I can tell.
Yeah.
Because he's in the middle. He's at like the hub.
Yeah.
But we rode, what was that one? It used to be called, I think it was called Avalanche, where you go frontward and it goes around. It kind of goes up and down and then it goes backwards. And each way it would play a different song. It's called like, I think it was like Music Express this time, but it used to be called like Gravitron. And then you remember the fun houses that you used to have. So Eli loved those. He did like every single one.
I love a good fun house.
So it's the thing that just literally pops up off trailers and starts going, and it makes a mess, and they clean that mess up within one day. Like you'll see it the next day and it's completely like it never existed.
Yeah. That's how, I mean, it ended Saturday night, and then by Sunday morning when I was on my way to the kids' arcade to work, I normally go a different way so I can avoid St. Joe, but
which is a mess right now.
Yeah, I came down St. Joe, and there, like, literally, you're talking not even 12 hours later, and it looked like the normal city street.
Just normal, right back to where it was.
Yeah, you're like, oh wow, there were probably kids puking everywhere 3 days ago.
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff there's more than puking going on out there.
Drugs,
sex.
Yeah,
like
little rock and roll,
and alleyways.
Yeah.
So the Fall Festival began in 1921 as a Halloween-themed event hosted by the West Side businessmen, which led to the formation of the West Side Nut Club.
Yeah, it is considered the largest street festival in the U.S., attracting over 200,000 people to Franklin Street in Evansville.
200,000 people,
and that is one street.
Yeah, it's not even.
And I mean, it's not even
multiple streets.
It's not even super long because Franklin Street goes all the way down to Fulton. But think about that; it's only a section of Franklin Street.
Yeah, because I mean, Franklin Street goes down farther.
Yeah,
which it's really cool because it's like all the bars that are right there. So that's kind of like a hub area for like us to, like I just did my what's that, Franklin Street trick or treat thing with our kids, and it was just really cool because like to see it afterwards.
All the businesses and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's one of them down there that I need to go to. It's like a retro place that sells like old shirts and vintage hats and stuff like that. I'm like, I need to go there.
Is it a record shop too? Is it Atmosphere?
I don't know.
No, I think Atmosphere's on Wine Bar.
I don't spend a lot of time on Franklin. I just kind of was walking down there for that.
I didn't go at all this year.
No, you didn't go at all?
I don't think I went last year either. So, sorry. I work on the weekend, and it's like I don't really.
It's like a tradition though. Like I don't know why, but even as I'm
I also can't
30 years old and it's still.
I also can't eat all that greasy food I used to.
Yeah.
So that's like a big bummer. Again, this is a lot of local nonprofit organizations that just, such as Vandenberg Humane Society, and it just gives them more of a platform to raise funds by selling food and having game booths and stuff. It's pretty unique.
Now, two of the things that I have to get when I go, and I want to know what you want to get, I have to get the monster ear.
The monster ear,
which is literally just dough with like
diabolically delicious.
And mine was like fresh, like they literally made it. They didn't have a stack of them ready or anything. Mine was.
It's almost like a big deep fried pancake, and then they put it in that syrup with cinnamon sugar on top, and it is.
Which is like hot.
Yeah, it's like
that syrup. Because you got that thing that's like curved and it's always going down to the corner, and you're always like dipping it in the one corner.
And it is always.
But
just delicious.
The fall festival has many foods that like you can get all sorts of different stuff. I haven't tried everything there. Obviously, there's so many things. But one of the things a lot of people want is the brain sandwich, which I have never had. My dad used to get it all the time as a kid.
It's
not my thing.
I've had a bite of one, and look, I'll be real with you. It did not taste bad at all.
But it's just the idea of like
the consistency and the texture of it was like worse than liver for me, and I was like, pass.
No, hard pass.
No thanks.
It's
cool if that's your thing.
I think the thing when we were kids was the chocolate covered crickets.
Yeah, they had like.
Remember that was a thing, and I was like, well, that's gross.
Yeah, and they had like candy dip spiders and crickets and stuff.
But the other one that I get is the Texas tenderloin, which is literally a tenderloin that's like this big with a bun this big. Like it's not.
It is like a plate. It is the patty is the size of a dinner plate.
It's so good though, and all it is just a tenderloin. Like you said, it's just fried and cooked.
What do you put on it?
Let's see. They usually offer onions, pickles, mustard, ketchup. So I get like ketchup and pickles. Man. I'm not a real big onion guy.
I love onions, but I if I'm eating a Texas tenderloin, I straight mustard and pickles. That is it.
So you're one of those mustard guys.
Dude,
I'm not a mustard guy.
Mustard.
I'm not a mustard guy.
You're crazy.
I can say I'm not a mustard guy.
It's delicious. It's great for leg cramps too.
Mustard.
It is. Look, you get a leg cramp, eat a spoonful of mustard, dude. That thing's gone.
But I would like to hear, for all my Evansville people out there who are listening, what is something you like to get at the fall festival?
What do you enjoy about it?
Yeah, drugs, food.
Are you one of the alleyway bangers? Y'all out there slutting in the alleyways?
Alleyway banger sounds like a baseball team name.
Yeah. Now approaching the field, the alleyway bangers.
Sounds like the average Joes and Hollywood bangers, or should be a team that go against each other in dodgeball or something.
Could be a dodgeball sequel.
Yeah, there we go.
If we do that.
See, who remembers the classic Pizza Hut? We're not talking about the like new age where everything's like basic and
digital,
simple and businessy. We're talking about that 90s to 2000s Pizza Hut. Like this picture right here definitely hits it with like the point, like kind of like a hat almost, like a red hat.
Yeah.
And then the logo, just like the font and how it's wrote out, and just the atmosphere on the outside. And then this is going to be a commercial for
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut from back in the day.
Oh.
It's the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm on my way to Pizza Hut to get a Goosebumps Kids Pack. Yay!
Almost there.
Hey, this isn't the right way.
Well, Scarecrow Steve says it is.
He's no scarecrow.
Sure he is.
Uh-oh, I think I woke the neighbors.
Look, Pizza Head, you'll be perfectly safe in there.
Okay.
Relax, the Goosebumps guys just want you for dinner. See you in the next lifetime. Now you can collect one of 3 ghoulish Goosebumps Glow and Tell story card sets when you buy a Pizza Hut Kids pack.
So Goosebumps inside of Pizza Hut was really cool. Like, just that little pizza commercials, those are just so neat, like from back in the day. Like, and there was all the different ones. There's a whole, like, I think there was like a whole video I could have put on here for those, but
a compilation of them.
They're just, it's like a little pizza and a little Goosebumps advertisement, like, just really cool. But one of the things that really sticks out Pizza Hut over everything that is inside there that I'd like to have in here is that Pizza Hut Light.
Yeah.
You can actually buy those on like eBay.
Yeah.
They go for like a little bit, but that'd be just neat to have like inside your house.
Like a retro. My grandma had something similar like that in her kitchen. It was like really long rectangular light. But it was like kind of
almost like a bar light, or
yeah.
It's kind of got that feel. But the like picnic table, cool. Like red and white tablecloths with like the booths,
and you had the red cups,
all the wood. Yeah, the red cups that it ended up in a lot of people's houses I went to. And then you had like your salt and pepper shakers and your Parmesan one with a little towel. Like everything about it, like just the whole atmosphere of like inside of a Pizza Hut just really resonates and brings back a lot of like memories. And you always had like an arcade game too in there, so that's how we would see like arcade games like pinball machines or Pac-Man or just whatever it is, or table, the kind you can like sit and play and it's on the table.
This has got to be a newer picture of Pizza Hut, the inside of a Pizza Hut, because I remember going to Pizza Hut, same with like Ponderosa too, because that was a big one around here. When I look at that picture, I don't smell cigarette smoke. So real life, dude, when you could smoke indoors back then, most places like that kind of smelling like cigarettes.
Well, I feel like there's a couple or one maybe that is like the retro look and they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
But then the next thing that was inside was the buffet, where you could order your pizza, or you could have the buffet, which had like different pizzas, and I think there was like a salad and sometimes like breadsticks, the different things.
A salad bar.
Almost similar to
CC's,
what they tried to do, but
this was the OG CC's.
They didn't have the inside like the inside look of like Pizza Hut, and the one we have here, it just recently got revamped and it's more like modernized. And I wish they would just bring back the old school feel, so that you go in there and I guess for people like us, like my kids will probably be like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But it just brings back a lot of memories of like going there. And another thing that was part of it, which is on the next slide up, is the book it thing for school, where if you would read books and you had a pen, and I was trying to find mine but I couldn't find it, but you would put the sticker on the pen, and once you got them all on the pen, you would take it in, and then Pizza Hut would give you a small pizza. So it like taught us to like read,
earn that pizza,
yeah. And like we got this little pizza, like it's like 4 pieces. It's not like anything crazy. But as a kid, that's like exciting. Like it's just like neat. And then feel the next one. So this is actually the book it. So it's pretty cool. Like whoever say this has free pizza award certificate November 26, 1990. And I'm not gonna try to say that guy's name, but it's just cool because the one on the right, and then it's not mine, but that looks just like the one that I have around here. But it's just really cool to like remember being a kid, and you'd have these like things that would want you to like learn and like teach you, so you could, I guess you can read books, you can eat pizza is really what the goal was. But it's really cool that Pizza was like the place, so that's why it became like the pizza place as a kid. Was it just had that whole like feel. But then we go to the next. So Pizza Hut was definitely cool. Lots of memories. We would like to hear from like your memories as a kid for Pizza Hut, because everyone's got their own, like what you're talking about, like the cigarette smoke. I don't remember cigarette smoke as much.
But like I was also in Boy Scouts, so if we were out somewhere else, out of state, and there was a Pizza Hut, we might go. All of us stop into that Pizza Hut. So I mean, different.
I feel like Wendy's is where I picture like cigarette smoke because the glass
Yeah.
part of the building they used to have. Remember?
Yeah.
The, like sunroom.
Sunrooms.
Yeah, I feel like that's where I picture like cigarette smoke. But Pizza Hut was definitely from back in the day, and it's.
What are some local places you guys like to go to or remember going to?
Or even franchises is yours, like Little Caesars, Pizza Hut. What is it? You know, like
Yeah. What's
your place?
Yeah. What's your core memory of a place?
Is who remembers the little figurines that their arms didn't move, but they were called muscle.
Yeah.
And I always called them like muscle men, but
yeah.
they're like these little like teen figures. They had like these different looks to them,
Poses.
like looked all like jacked and like little wrestlers and little like cartoon things.
Just hunky men toys.
Invasion of the muscle things. They've come to drive America nuts. They're ugly, they're weird, they're tiny, they're terrible. And they're pink! There are hundreds of them. It's an epidemic. I'm going crazy!
Not catch them!
Muscle things. Hundreds of different, I don't know whats. They run in packs of 4, 10, or 28. Sold separately, new from Mattel. How many can you capture?
I like the hand one too.
Just the ads are just cool, like of Muscle Men, like just making them look all like cool. And so the 1980s Muscle Men toys are officially known as Muscle. Millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere.
Figures.
Which is what it stands for. What figures? Which I didn't know that's what it meant. I didn't never knew that.
I mean, that's great though, especially if you're not just making only one.
Yeah.
One's the same one repetitively. If you're just doing millions.
Well, apparently, from what I've seen from a guy watching YouTube, they actually had like a little ring you could buy. Yeah. They had like a little stage where there's like different rings and these little. It's like a whole thing like for this background. And I was like, I just had like one as a kid. Like I just randomly. It's one of those things you would just have in your toys, but you didn't really know how you got it.
Or what it was.
Because it's so small that it just somehow ends up in your stuff. Like, yeah, or you didn't know what it was. You're just like, oh, this is cool. I'll just keep it, you know. But,
cool. Didn't know.
But there's some people that bought like all of them, and they came in like tan to like blue, red. They're different color variations that are like more rare than others, and they can go for a little bit. I don't know how much, but.
So they were Japanese origin.
So the muscle figures were based on a popular manga comic book and anime franchise called Kinnikuman, focused on intergalactic wrestling. The Japanese figures were called Kinkishi. And now if I say that wrong, I'm sorry. Because the original toys were literally erasers sold in vending machines. So they weren't even like actual toys. They were supposed to be like erasers.
So that's why they were like pink in color.
But I feel like it'd be one of those erasers that you didn't want to use.
Yeah.
You just want to collect it because you're like, it's too cool to like be erasing stuff with it. So like I said earlier, unique colors were rare. The first wave of Muscleman figures were entirely flesh colored. Later, other colors like red, blue, purple were introduced. Flesh colored toys are more common and less valuable than other ones. And
I do remember this though.
What's that?
The garbage can. I remember seeing them in garbage cans. So distribution in garbage cans. Many of the figures were sold in a semi-opaque plastic garbage can 10-pack, which added to the toys' gross out aesthetic. Like
so I don't remember that.
I do remember seeing. I don't remember seeing. I mean, it's opaque, so you can kind of see through it. But I do remember seeing muscle, and it was like it almost looked like a garbage can full of little
dudes.
things. Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, the ad.
Yeah.
But they quickly rise and fall. Hustle was a top-selling toy line in 1986, but quickly lost popularity in 1987. This was partially due to the rise of the Nintendo Entertainment System, which diverted children's interests from traditional toys.
Man,
It's really cool that
Nintendo killed it.
hey, but they were killing it back in the day with the NES. So hey, Mario was in charge. He was here to run things.
He ran it.
And he's still running it.
He's the Forrest Gump of video games, dude. Just felt like running.
This one's cool. The Muscle line influenced many later small toy lines, such as Monster in My Pocket. And then decades after the original, I cannot say anything today. Decades after the original release, the toy company Super 7 collaborated with Mattel to release new Muscle figures. They have featured characters from other classic properties like Master Universe.
Yeah.
So they're still making them just with new advertisement. So it's just really cool. Like, it's just a small thing in like the 80s and 90s that everyone kind of like, you know, it's one of those things you have on your shelf, you know, like I do. Actually, I have one back here.
They were kind of like stepping stones of different toys, because like you had the muscle toys, and then you started getting like the WWF action figures and stuff.
Oh yeah,
kind of came later. I feel like these little dudes paved the way for like muscle action figures or wrestling action figures.
Yeah,
but they were very cool.
All right, so as you can see in the background, who remembers Small Soldiers, the movie or the toy line? Because they kind of go together in a way, because how can you not talk about the toys without talking about the movie, and the movie about the toys, because they both
go
coincide. Like, it's one of those things. It's like Toy Story is the movie and the toys. Like, they just, as a kid, when you saw this movie, you wanted to have one of these toys. And like you and I were talking about earlier, I remember talking about Small Soldiers is my friend, because this is when like PlayStation 1 first came out, so everybody's like buying it because you're either buying an N64 or PlayStation 1. And I remember playing Small Soldiers at his house and how fun that game was. And it's just one of those like cool games, like, oh man, I get to play as the people in the character, movie, and I get to have the toys at home, and I get to watch the movie. Like, it's just all in one.
And the video game was solid too, man. That's why I said
you don't really like
Insaniac
see it a lot either.
No,
like
Insaniac was like he's one of my favorite characters, or he's one of my favorite Gorgonites. I mean, dude, how do you not like them all? Archer, obviously the leader. It's funny because Insaniac was also my favorite. Yeah, that's why I actually have that toy, and that toy's from when I was a kid, and I would love to have it like in the package. Like, it'd be just kind of cool. But his character is just so neat and zany and weird.
I think the original one, he's like purple, but that's like an alternative version. Yeah, but. And like I've had it like this whole time. It's just pretty neat.
Just sitting there. I have, like I said, I have that Archer.
We have a lot of the
kids arcade.
Like the bad guys, don't you?
I have a.
But you got more of the good guys now.
I just have the Chip and the Archer.
That guy with like the big rhino dude, he like has a price tag. Because he's harder to get. So let's start. We'll go ahead and play the trailer for the movie to kind of like immerse you guys in this whole thing.
If you played the video game and watched the movie, what'd you think?
Globotech Defense System. In a secret lab, the world's most advanced military microprocessor has been created. But the Cold War is over. For Globotech to survive, new markets must be found. Now, all that power has been placed into the brain of a fighting machine unlike any known to man. They made it strong. They made it clever. They made it small. They made
This commercial.
a mistake.
Major Chip Hazard reporting for duty, sir.
Wow, voice activated.
Commandos, Team X. Tail down, soldiers. Rick Bazooka, ready to spring into action.
Butch Meat Hook, prepared to go to distance.
Hit Nitro, demolition.
Kip Killigan, sharp as a razor. You are the best of the best.
Heartland Play Systems, I'm having trouble with the Commando Elite. It's like they're alive.
Let's roll some armor. We got us a war to win.
The few.
We have met the enemy. He is big. He is fat. Yeah.
The proud.
He has revealed a weakness.
Alan, please, you have to help. Major Chip Hazard wants a war. We'll give him a war.
The small.
Who you calling small?
This summer,
Babes at 12 o'clock.
join the Commando Elite.
Gentlemen, those are reinforcements. Commandos, attack! No mercy!
Small soldiers.
Command post Rick Bazooka, report.
It's just a flesh wound, sir.
You have to be crazy not to be scared.
Came out a day before my birthday.
July 10th. Almost, I mean, close to the 4th also.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just ironic, but the movie just, it kind of had that like gritty, like rough, kind of like normal toy movie would be kind of a little PG-13. It kind of made a little bit more because it just had that cool feel to it. But Small Soldiers is a movie with several fun facts, including that it features voice casts with actors from The Dirty Dozen, and This Is Spinal Tap movie. Was originally intended to be a teen-focused film, but was softened for a family audience due to the marketing potential of the film. The final film's release was also impacted by tragic events, including the murder of actor Phil Hartman and the Oregon school shooting, which led to one of the toy lines being pulled from the stores in that state. Which is crazy to think like this influenced that much that like it was kind of a little bit rougher and of a movie, but
I mean it was I mean for the toys, man, it was crazy. And that's like most 90s movies, like Jingle All the Way, which I'm not trying to get in. Let's get into that. But, you know, like they really only made like a limited release of the Turbo Man toys. So people were actually going apeshit.
Almost like Furbies.
To get their hands on it.
Remember when Furbies were like, people were fighting?
Yeah, I mean, you thought
at Toys R Us.
You thought toilet paper during the pandemic was bad,
or
this stuff was
PlayStation 2 when it came out. People were shooting people.
Yeah, gotta have it, baby.
Over a game console. It's so crazy to think that like nowadays that kind of stuff doesn't really go on with, where people like there's like a rush to like online, but you're not actually like physically around anybody. You're just on your phone, you know.
That's why when everyone's like, hey, you want to go Black Friday shopping, and I'm like, no. I don't want to sit outside somewhere after eating Thanksgiving food. Like, you're talking people will literally eat Thanksgiving food and then go camp out at stores. It's not that big.
So it's like Black Friday kind of I don't know if it's really a thing for people to go do as much as they used to, because a lot of it's on
online sales. And
what is it on Amazon? It's not Black Friday, but there's like an Amazon day for like online deals.
Prime days.
Yeah, maybe it's Prime Day. Yeah, so there's ones like a lot, like you don't have to go leave your house. Almost like when I bought this movie off Amazon. I was like, I just ordered it, and then within 2 days it's already here.
Yeah.
But like back in the day, I'd have to like go to Walmart, hope it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't look it up. Had to go somewhere else, look at it. But like everything's so much easier now, so you don't really have to do all the rush. But
I still feel like people do, because they just want to like trample a person.
They're like excited.
Man, I hope I'm in a mob this year and trample someone to death.
Like going to a concert.
Yeah.
You want to just run over somebody.
Concerts are way more relaxed than going Black Friday shopping.
I don't know. Some concerts can get a little.
Some can get kind of crazy.
You can get to some. You can get some that are get pretty hype.
Yeah.
But Joe Dante originally wanted the cast of Predator 1987 to voice the Commando Elite, which would be pretty dope. Like the cast from Predator. Can you imagine like Arnold doing like one of the voices? That'd be pretty sweet.
Tie him down. Get down.
The next commercial we're going to show is going to be the toy commercial, because you got to have the toy commercial from what you've seen as a kid when you were watching TV, and this
is
commercial
what grabbed you.
Pops up, and this is what grabs you.
Yeah, this is what gets you.
Archer must defend castle. Meet your doom, Gorgonite. Commanders always win. Fire! Not so fast, kid.
Scene from the movie.
We need power. The power drill cycle.
Small soldier, stay down.
Small soldier.
Get a hold of a small soldier. Figure the vehicle sold separately.
And those were more like the...
those were like the larger ones, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're a little bit bigger.
Generic
it was hard to
one.
find. Like there wasn't a lot of commercials online for...
small soldiers.
The ones I have, like the smaller ones. It wasn't like Turtles. Like if you find Ninja Turtle commercials are all over the place.
Yeah.
But G.I. Joe and Masters of Universe, the Commando Elites were heavily inspired by G.I. Joe, while the organized drew inspiration from Masters of the Universe. And you can kind of see like a little bit there.
The distinctions
that
between
they
the
were
two.
pretty close.
Hasbro's involvement. The manufacturer of G.I. Joe was involved in improving the final designs for the Commando Elite, which, I mean, I get it.
And the Small Soldiers logo features two leaders, Archer and Chip Hazard, facing each other in battle.
Yeah.
So you can definitely see it in the
Feel
logo.
the tension between them. Which in the movie, it's completely like it plays out completely different. It's in the movie, it's the Commando Elite just trying to wipe out the Gorgonites for no reason, and the Gorgonites are like, "Yo, we just want to go home."
The leader of the Gorgonites, Archer, was voiced by Frank Langella, who also played Skeletor in the Masters of Universe movie.
Which is wild.
So isn't that crazy? It's like these are the things that I love learning. Like just
to know
voice
that
acts.
Archer's like cool, calm demeanor.
Yeah.
The same dude that played that was also going, man.
Skeletor is a great character, by the way. Just his voice and his whole like persona. And then the film had a difficult production involving 4 different writers and last-minute changes to make it more kid-friendly.
Which I can't imagine what that movie would be like
if it wasn't as
kid-friendly. And look, there's always movies out there like that. But
I don't think it's that bad though.
Like we bullied them into releasing the Snyder cut version of Justice League.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That could be a different conversation. But that movie's too long.
Yeah, it is. But there was so much stuff left out.
That's not a movie. That's a series that's been put into one movie.
But if you look at that was a drop of water into a cup full of water, because then it just rippled. Then everyone's like, hey, it is well known that most movies have more than one of the same movie. They have a PG-13 version. There's usually a rated R version and stuff like that. Let me see a rated R version of Mrs. Doubtfire. Let me have that. Like,
I had to tell you, but
we've earned that.
Well, we can't get that.
I mean, I wish.
Robin's gone, so
I know. No, I mean, but there's a cut of that,
and
movie.
that is one that you couldn't touch without Robin. Like it'd be kind of a disrespect.
But that's not it. There is a cut of that movie where stuff's not cut out that it would be rated R.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I want to see the filthy version. I want to see an X-rated Mrs. Doubtfire. Just kidding.
The final version of this movie was purged of a lot of action and explosives just before the release. The final scene with the Gorgonites attacking is a riot that owes much to the movie Gremlins. Because this movie is actually, isn't it produced or something like that by the producers
I
from
believe so.
Gremlins.
From Gremlins.
Yeah, so which Gremlins is an awesome movie too. The movie was the last to feature Phil Hartman, and it was dedicated to his memory. The Commandos attack film plea had to be edited after Phil Hartman's murder. So it's a part of the movie, like what you were talking about. It's like kind of like the unedited version, I guess. The Kip Killigan toy was not distributed in Oregon because of the nearby Kip Knickel shooting rampage.
So that's wild that they didn't. I mean, that's respectful too.
Yeah, it's respectful to like Phil, like the other fact like about like not putting in certain parts of the
certain graphic things.
But what is it that's so graphic though?
It's just probably the way
the Barbie scene.
The what?
Where they're all, remember the aisle, where they're in the aisle with all the Barbies and they're like, hey.
Yeah.
And they like cut their hair and make them all like death metal type of feel, like in the house. And
yeah.
So Small Soldiers is one of those movies that, talking about it, I don't know if I'd want a second one.
No.
As much as I like it, I kind of like leaving it alone. Trying not to like, because I feel like you would do it and then it'd be all CGI'd and it'd just feel weird. And
right. I mean, I wouldn't mind just like a standalone,
like maybe
Gorgonites movie
series.
Yeah, maybe a series. That'd be
cartoon,
cool.
maybe.
Like or if they did just like a animated short of the Gorgonites.
Yeah. Or if they redid the toys, that'd be kind of cool to like bring them back,
revamp them, and that was.
But I feel like Small Soldiers, it's kind of a niche in a way, you know, because like not everybody's like a huge fan. I mean, I always like the movie. I think it's awesome, but it's just one of those movies from being a kid. But
PlayStation should redo the Small Soldiers.
Yeah, who knows?
Game,
they might.
You know what I mean? That'd be cool. I'll take that.
Yeah, the game where it's not like PlayStation 1 graphics.
So did you ever play Soul Reaver?
No, see that's one I never played.
Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, dude. That game.
Oh, that's one you bought that was remade.
Yeah, that game was so dope. But I was showing my brother. He came over one day and I was playing it and he was like, "No way!" He was like, "You actually bought that?" And I was like, "Yeah, but check it out. If you hit R3." It goes from the remastered version to the 90s. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, like you can play both.
Back to that. Yeah.
But you probably play the newer one.
Yeah.
You don't want to play on those PlayStation 1 graphics. I don't want to see
the blockiness, but
because PlayStation 1 graphics don't hold up as well as PlayStation 2.
I gotta put glasses on. I'm like, where's
my
on this? I feel old. Where's my
55-inch TV, whereas back in the day it was on a 12-inch TV.
Yeah.
So it's been like stretched. like you can see all the lines.
Yeah, but I mean it's a fun game still.
Oh yeah. So who out there remembers Small Soldiers, and who was your favorite Small Soldiers character as well? Was it
a Commando Elite?
Yeah.
Was it a Gorgonite?
Maybe like that guy that had the rockets on his back and got his legs blown off.
Got put in a garbage disposal.
Yeah. Topic up is who remembers colored VHS tapes. Now this obviously won't fall in line with people from this era because you might not remember, but from in the 90s and 2000s early, there was VHS tapes, but then there was those colored VHS tapes, which to me the white one always identified Barney. VeggieTales was always like green, and then Bob the Builder was the yellow. But the best one.
Yeah, the orange one.
The orange one for Nickelodeon, and on this picture, it's Good Burger, which is a great movie, which we will talk about one day. That's one of those that's awesome. But
I had one.
The orange
that was
VHS
purple.
tapes.
I had a VHS tape that was purple.
Is that the one we talked? Did we talk about that?
Do you know what movie it was?
Night on Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury. Yeah,
I watched that movie like every weekend.
On purple. Yeah. But there's all these different colors. Like there's white. There's orange, yellow, green, and there's all these different movies that or shows or whatever it is that had different colors of like the red, the hunt for Red October or Silence of the Lambs. But it kind of was neat that they added that little extra to like, whereas now you buy like a DVD and it's just like a disc and it has like the disc might have something on top of it.
On it.
Or it might just say the name, you know, it just really added like a little extra to it. And it's really cool that even now, like the orange VHS tape still like sticks in your head for like Rugrats or Blue's Clues or like whatever it might be that is on an orange VHS tape or yellow or whatever color it might be.
Was more like Nickelodeon owned that.
Yeah, the orange tape for us as kids, we always hear that, we're like, oh, Nickelodeon.
Yep.
Like you just know, you're like, they can't put it on a black one, they gotta put it on an orange one.
It's gotta be orange.
Like it has to be orange. And I would like to have some VHSs, or orange ones would be pretty awesome. But so the next one up is gonna be a good one. Yeah. So this is this could be several parts, right? We want to hear ideas for this one, but who remembers certain iconic video game sounds that when you hear them, it like clicks, and you know
teleported back
what era it is, and you know what game it is, or like the sounds that we would hear were like things you would have a game on a pause maybe, and there's like a music going while you're going and heating up your food and grabbing a drink. So
grabbing
the first sound
bites
we're gonna talk about is the sonic sound when running out of air underwater. So when you're underwater in the game and you're trying to swim up to get to the next spot, and you keep hitting all these obstacles and things are moving around, you can't get up there, and
you go the wrong way. I think this sound rooted fear and anxiety in a lot of kids.
So we're gonna play the sound so we can
hear it,
so we can put it in some people's
see how you guys like it now. It gets faster. And then you're dead.
Oh, see, it's just like right there, you're dead, and you just lost, and now you got to start back over.
Yep.
You got to run all the way back over there and try to hope you can get through it next time.
Redo it.
There's no pausing and saving right there and then going to the next spot.
No respawns, man.
There's no, is this too hard? Would you like to go to Nether?
Yeah. Do you want to play it on easy?
They don't like God of War, where it's like, is this too hard for you, pretty much? And it's like, no, I'm getting it done. We're
no.
But like back in the day, like you had to get it done. There was no options. No one was trying to give you a handout. But
there were no hints.
That sound though,
difficulty.
which obviously with like Sonic, the intro music is always what hits me. But it's just one of those sounds in the game that you remember, and it just like, it almost puts like anxiety like inside you as a kid, because you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry, and then you're like
and honestly it's what makes the game harder, because then you're under pressure and you're like you're fumbling as a kid, you know, to like get where you're trying to go. This next one though, I heard this one
so this one's
all the time,
yours that you added in here. So hearing Snake in Metal Gear Solid When You Die.
Who heard this a lot?
Snake, answer me! Snake! Snake!
Yeah. Dead. And that was the cause of this is a stealth mission, and I was like, nah, I can run in and gun all these dudes down. No, you can't. No, you can't.
It's like one of those parts where you die, but you didn't save to a good spot, so you have to start really far back, because you're just like, I didn't get a good checkpoint. Or like a good spot. Well, which like now like games actually like save a certain spot for you. When back then you'd have to like get to a certain spot sometimes in games and save, or hope you get to like a certain point where it's like a checkpoint. Like in Sonic, actually, there's that spot where you hit the little like things that go ding, and then they save a spot. But yeah, it's definitely
you run past signs.
Yeah,
and then it turns like from red to green, and that's your like save point.
But games like Metal Gear Solid are a little different. They're a little bit more involved to get to the next point. So sometimes it's a long, but you're willing to do it because you're gonna beat this game.
Yeah.
So this one,
we never deserved it.
It it just hits like different than like most game music.
Yeah.
And it just like creates like a vibe and makes
It's
you
a banger.
Something you can think about like chilling to, which is the golden eye pause music.
Yeah.
So we want you to listen to this and just feel it.
By the way, if I ever slip into a coma, just play this in the background nonstop. I'm just on pause, bro.
You're just on pause.
Yeah.
What a beat.
It's not even so the beat's really solid, steady, and you throw in that. And this is just in the background while you're doing whatever.
Yeah, like all that.
It's
like when the guy was making this, he's like, "This is gonna."
Yeah, they were like, "Hey man, can you make us a cool?"
I feel like this guy was probably like smoking weed.
Oh, probably.
And just like had his eyes closed, and he was like, "Yeah, I like this."
Yeah. They were like, "Hey man, can you just make us some simple pause music while the game's on pause?" And this guy's like, "I'm gonna go fucking hard." You know what I mean? And he did. He delivered it.
It's almost like Streets of Rage, like all those old Sega games. It's like that music where you're like, they just nailed it. Like they nailed what a great like just sound, like just the
64 game. Yeah,
like just the whole beat where you're like, man, like what, like who thought of, like who was just sitting there vibing, like, and we're talking about back in the day before you had like crazy technology, like you just did like simple, like you found things to make sounds.
Yeah.
Now this one is always undertoned in all of our videos when it gets past the intro and before the exit. I always put this in there because there's something about this that I remember going to my friend's house and he had a Super Nintendo Entertainment System and we would play Donkey Kong, and there's other Donkey Kong sounds, but this one, it just creates like this like feeling of like calmness. Like if I'm ever in a coma, this is what I want to hear. Like it just like something about this music, it just
relaxing.
I don't know why, and it's always in our undertone of our stuff, so now people know what it actually is, because I've always asked people like, what's the sounds underneath everything that we're talking about, because I put them in there to kind of like an ambiance to kind of like bring you back. It makes you think of like all those TikTok videos where you see like you hear like something in the background. It kind of like sets the tone of the mood.
Yeah.
But this right here, Donkey Kong underwater music, is
your go-to.
My like it just makes you feel calm. Like it don't slap, but it's just relaxing, and we're just chilling. Like we're going on a long journey back to being kids and like playing video games with our friends and good times when we didn't have to pay bills and we didn't have to work. We just rest, play our Game Boys, chilling in the water with our boy over here, just vibing,
being monkeys,
and just being monkeys, and it just
around, getting bananas.
It just it's so iconic that when you go on YouTube, there's like an hour or two long video of just
video of that,
just that sound, because it's so good.
It is. It's very
like it's
very tranquil.
Like it's just like if you close your eyes and you just think about like being a kid, and it's just like. Or if you're like swimming is what it makes me think of, like because you are swimming in the game.
Yeah.
But whoever thought of that music? Now the alternative that, which we'll put in the other one that I just thought of, is the railroad music for when you're on the cart.
Yeah. Which
creates like super anxiety, by the way, doing the cart challenge, because you gotta like jump the rails to the next one and hope you can get let out. Because you get the button just in time to skip over.
Yeah, or you just crash your cart.
But I would like to hear from everybody. So this will be like probably a part one, because I'm sure there's all sorts of sounds and games we could talk about. And I would love it if you guys would post something like an idea of a sound that you remember out of a game, and then we'll put it in our other videos, because video game sounds is what just adds to it, just like the music in games, to like the the like turning on the console. Like it used to be like this, like, oh my gosh, I'm like going to like this experience, like, and all these sounds have like those.
It has a
atmosphere.
You have a connection to the past with it. That was honestly when I first started working at Player 2, back in 2021. The coolest thing before we expanded, we had a TV wall.
And that was on the right side when you walked in.
Yeah, when you walk in, it was just a bunch of CRTs.
I'd like to have that in here actually.
And they were on loops. So they played like Morton Mindy, Hulk wrestling, just a bunch of stuff from the 80s, 90s on a loop, and it would restart. There were some really great ones, like the aerobics dancers or whatever. Dude, it was hilarious. I loved watching.
How'd they create those? I wonder, like Clinton, though. How'd they?
I mean, you just download it onto a file, and then you just keep looping it. So then they would plug it in, all the TVs.
Yeah.
They just plugged it in, and there was no sound. It was all
you need
video.
to get a small TV for in here.
But
like I want one for one of these cubes.
Yeah, just take up one of these.
Put it in there, and then I'd like to have one that plays like old video game intros or like old ads.
But
so that's a good one too.
My favorite thing about it was when I flipped the power on for all the games to come on, I had to go up and manually turn on every CRT TV.
Oh, you don't have remote?
No. And a lot of people were like, "Oh man, those cool old TVs," and I'm like, "Hey, like, you want to feel your age? Ask someone younger if they've ever heard a TV turn on."
Yeah, ask my son about this one over here.
Yeah.
Dude, he says, "You hear that ringing noise?" I was like, "No, I don't hear it."
I mean,
but you know the one thing he loves about old TVs?
What? That hum?
Nope. What do you think it is?
I have no idea.
When you turn it off and you put your hand up there and the static.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you're always like your hair's all standing up. You walk by.
And
that's why I have an old TV in here, because it's something that I always hang on to, because there's something about, like, you can play them on new, you can play new, like what you're talking about, playing new games and like new graphics. Yeah. But there's something about
playing on an old TV.
Playing your console on an old TV. And the TV I have over here that people can't see, but is like the size of the TV that my parents had as a kid. So it was like the TV that was in the living room, which was like the hub, right?
Yeah.
That's where you had like the biggest TV, which now my kids don't care about having a TV in the room. But it was like the hub, and then like in your room you'd play on a little TV.
Small.
But we didn't care about like having a big TV. We just needed to have, it was something about like having that experience in your room where you could, watch Nick at Night or play your games in at night, or like your friends come over and you play together. It's something that's kind of lost, like playing online gaming. It's not the same as like going to your friend's house and like having to like play a game, or hey, I'm gonna bring this game over to your house, and it pops in a disc. There's no update. There's no the internet's down. I love new stuff, right? It's all great, but there's something different. Like it just takes you back. Like, and I think a lot of us have to connect to that child part of us that's a kid and like enjoy those things, because enjoying them with your kids or your friends' kids or your brother's kids is really cool to like. It's cool to experience it, but it's even cooler to experience it with your kids, or with a kid, because you're like, this kid has no idea what this is. Like, I'm teaching him about this, because it's like,
to me, it's a firm reminder to slow down. Like, if you think about it, we're 35, right?
Well, hang on. Well, I'm 35 and
a half.
Yeah, so many months. I don't remember.
But
one of us just turned 35.
I just turned 35. The fact that we're 35 and you look back, 20 years, 25 years to be in the mid 90s, and this was like peak technology.
Yeah.
And then you look at now, and there's a new Samsung TV every year. There's a new smartphone.
You know what they also brought?
Every year.
Stronger backs.
Yeah.
These things aren't like.
Yeah, they ain't made for the weak.
This is why those people had good grip strength and backs.
Yeah, because they were hauling TVs
and bad
around.
knees.
Yeah.
That's because they're all in these things up flight of stairs. Can
If
you
your
imagine going to the
parents,
store?
if your
and
parents had one of these,
you have this little skinny guy at the store
knees.
that's like giving you your TV, and he's like, he can't lift it in your car.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that's the kind of stuff. Like TVs now are just in boxes, and you just pick them up and like they're so light.
Yeah.
But this kind of falls into what I want to talk about, because this is going to drop like right before Thanksgiving, or actually it'll be like a little after, like slightly after Thanksgiving. But one of the things that we want everyone to think about is like, what are you thankful for? Because we all have a lot of things to not be thankful for, right? You can think that way, but just think about the things you're thankful for, like your family, friends, your health,
memories.
If this brings back memories for you as a kid and better times if you're having hard ones, that's what we want. Because that's what the owner at Evansville Toys and Games, he always posts on like Facebook, and it's always like those things of like, if you're having a tough time, like just know that it'll get better, like that type of stuff. And I like love that stuff, because sometimes people are having a tough time, and if you're having a tough time out there, you can hit one of us up or hit up a friend or somebody to talk to if you're having a tough time. Don't just let it idle down, because this podcast was started to like
be therapeutic,
kind of like remember things from as a kid, but like just be like a relaxing, like that kind of like your music in mind, just like, hey, this is like, if you close your eyes, just think about like all these things. And we love to hear about people's like stories, and people have told us about things that they remember as a kid. Like I remember the one, it was for TV guys, and it brought back a lot of memories, because just like something so small, like you don't think about, like, you know, you're like, oh yeah, I remember TV guys, like so these topics that like bring back memories, or like small soldiers, hey, go out there and buy some small soldiers and play with your kids, or if you're a grown person, you can play with them too, who cares?
We're not judging you.
We're not here to judge you.
We play with toys too.
I mean, I have a whole room full of toys that my kids play with all the time, and I play with them too. But
as you get older, still, and this is one thing I always, this is my takeaway, is even though I'm 35 years old, I still have the heart of a child. I still try to. Sometimes I'll be super naive. Other times I have to be the adult, which, you know, but I still consider myself a child at heart, because I feel like you're only as old as you think you are. And if you keep a young mentality, like, I think farts are hilarious. Hey, follow me on TikTok, by the way, if you love farts, because that's all I do is fart.
Eli would love your TikTok.
You know what
page.
I mean?
He loves. He's in that phase now where he makes fart noises.
Yeah,
like he puts on his arms and his hands.
Yeah,
but he like makes like noises. Yeah. One day I thought he actually did fart, because he made a really good. I was like, I gotta give you credit. That was pretty good. I was like, I thought you actually farted. I thought you needed to go to the bathroom and check yourself.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just try to always feel, think like I'm younger. I try, and like I talk to an older gentleman that comes in the kids' arcade quite often. He's a youth pastor, which is completely different worlds from me, because I'm not religious really at all. But me and him can sit there and have conversations. He's a really nice older gentleman, but he says the same thing, man. He's like, man, the secret to a happy life is just to try to remain young mentally, so then the overbearing weight of getting older and inevitably the end isn't so dreary. And I try to do that with everyone. I try to let everyone be comfortable being themselves. Don't be shrouded. Don't be like locked up and kind of just walled off. Be yourself. I don't care if you're weird. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and watch you like dig a booger out and eat it and be like, good job doing that, dude. I'll be like, hey, cool. I hope that was delicious, but turn away from me when you eat the next one, because that's disgusting, or share it with me. Whatever. You know, that's a generous thing to do. But, like what makes you guys happy? What takes you back to feeling young again?
Yeah, because you always should feel young, like you said, like just enjoy life, man.
I did this, and I'm not trying to like stroke my own ego, but I love doing good deeds. or good things for people unsuspectedly. You know, I had a dad come into the kids' arcade for a party a couple weeks ago, and I had a Ninja Turtle painting in the window.
Was this the one that like the... Yeah, I think you
showed me that. My cousin painted it, and it was all the turtles' heads around a pizza, and it gave us good. To me, it was like promoted birthday parties because we do birthday parties, and this dude was there for a birthday party, and his daughter was probably like between 4 and 6 years old. She asked him, "Can you take a picture of me in front of this painting?" And I was like, "Yo, that's pretty dope." You know, because it was a great painting. I wish I had pictures of it. But the dad took a picture of his daughter. Then he went on to explain to me that he grew up watching Ninja Turtles. And then now she's getting into it. While they were there for that party, they were playing Ninja Turtles, the arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
And I was watching them just completely enjoy themselves. So before they left, I was like, hey, why don't you take that painting with you? You know, like hang it up in your house or your apartment or whatever. Like I've gotten the use out of it. It's sentimental to me because my cousin painted it and it's amazing. But I was like, if you can get sentimental value out of it now, take it, hang it up in your house. And the little girl was scared I was joking, and I was like, hey, I'm being 100% for real, take it. I even had a master Splinter painting that went with it because my cousin painted it for a kid's birthday party. And it was like, hey, just throw them away when
you're
the
done.
Party's over. And I was like, these are tight. I had the master Splinter one at home. I brought it to him the next day. He came in and picked it up, and he was like, we hung that Ninja Turtle one in her room last night. And I was like, now you got the dad for the boys. You know what I mean?
And for her, it's probably everything now. So who knows, like... She might have a room like this, like I got, and it might end up in there.
But he was like,
something she hangs on to.
But he asked me, he was like, why are you doing this? And I was like, brother, if it brings you closer to your kid, like...
Then go right ahead.
Grasp that chance.
Yeah.
You know? So, be good to other people.
Like, doing good is definitely better than, like, doing bad, right?
Yeah. Do you know what it cost me to be a good person that day? Absolutely nothing. So...
And if you guys enjoy us too, we would appreciate if you could do a good thing by liking and commenting, leaving a review.
Just
definitely
communicate with us.
Leaving a review on our Spotify would kind of help because it kind of pushes it out there. And obviously, you know, if you guys don't,
share.
We'll be fine. Like, we don't care. But
we're not really doing.
We want
this
it
for
to
the
like
views, but we
reach more people. Yeah, so the more you guys push it, the more that it'll reach. And I know that we have some support growing every day on this. So, and we appreciate everybody's comments, likes, all that stuff, subscribes, and you can find us on Spotify. Spotify, YouTube for the long, and Apple Podcasts. And then on the shorts, it's like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it. So we definitely appreciate all you out there, and we appreciate all your support. And we love hearing from you guys. So if you want to email us, or you're just kind of like shy and you don't want to like comment where everybody can see it, you can
DM us,
send us an email, or find our Instagram pages. You can message us on there, or
just
other
don't be
places.
Dirty and in the
or if you got our numbers, you can hit us up on there. If you're if you're one of our friends here.
Yeah.
If
you know me personally, what's the password?
But until next time, peace out.